First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by WeatherRate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Weather Watchers on this Tuesday. Yeah, there's a cloud rolling over our station, actually, top of First Coast News. You're looking out towards the bank and Daly's Place. There's a concert tonight at Daly's Place, so we're watching this rain closely for all of you who have your Tuesday evening plans. I'm meteorologist Lee Southwick. Thank you for joining me. Got my rain jacket on right now, but there's not a whole lot of rain that we are watching currently across our area. So we have on radar some of these thunderstorms lifting north on the north side of Jacksonville, lifting into western Nassau. So let's now take a look out across our area. We have a little snapshot of 6 places, and for a lot of us, beautiful blue skies right along the coast, right along the beaches. Rain chances today are higher to the west of 95, out towards 301. Now, that's not to say you won't see rain to the east. In fact, I think areas closer to Mayport saw some rain already today. But as you can see, St. Augustine, Jax Beach looks gorgeous out there. Waycross, another pretty day for you. Lake City and Baldwin, not too bad. You see some of those darker clouds, though, now forming over Jacksonville, and that is looking to the west. And as you can see here on radar, we do have some of these storms just out to the west and to the north of that. So let's zoom on in, get a closer look, starting with Duval County. So with the rain over 295, we look to the west of that towards McClenny. Looks like another downpour now about to cross over I-10. Maybe some of that rain heading back towards Oakleaf. More of this crossing very near the Jacksonville airport. That's a strong isolated cell because we have a lot of lightning popping right there over that one downpour closer to the airport. Also another little shower / downpour to the east of downtown. So right over the St. Johns River now, and that is also moving to the north. So these are now crossing over into southeast Georgia. Folkston, you're about to get the rain near Kingsland and St. Mary's, a few showers around too. And then as we go down I-10 to the west along I-10 over towards Lake City, lots of lightning that just popped there, and that thunderstorm as well that's now crossing the interstate, lifting north of Columbia County and moving over again into southeast Georgia. So more of these showers will continue to move to the north as we see a few of these showers pop up across Baker, Bradford, Union counties too. Those are also going to have the same path with our southerly winds pushing those storms to the north. So if you are looking to see on radar if you're going to get hit by a rainstorm, if you're looking at radar and you see something to the south of you, it means it's likely going to lift north over your area. Big picture, though, you see it's not a whole lot of rain coverage right now. So a lot of us still staying dry, and therefore we are hot because we call rain Mother Nature's air conditioning. So current temperatures at the Jacksonville airport, 84 degrees. Thanks to the rain, to the cloud cover, cooled it down a little bit. Same for Lake City, only at 82 degrees. Meanwhile, Waycross, 94 degrees right now. Palatka, you're at 93. Brunswick, right at 90. Along the coast, these places are also in the 80s. However, we add in the humidity, and it feels a lot hotter than that. St. Simon's Island, your current heat index, your current feels like temperature, 105 degrees. It feels like 103 in Mayport, 101 in Waycross and in Brunswick. NAS Jax almost there at 99. But again, where the rain fell, Jacksonville Airport, Lake City, your feels like temperatures in the 80s and low 90s. So at least if you do get that rain, it does briefly cool you down. As for our winds, most of our breeze coming out of the south today. Also, we got a little bit of sea breeze there with right along the beaches. There's winds pushing in. You can see that with the Atlantic breeze and then the Gulf breeze, the collision today, again, closer to 301 really. So that's where we're going to see more of this thunderstorm development. So if you are heading out and about on your Tuesday evening, maybe you're getting outside to grill. Not too bad. It's going to be toasty. Temperatures at 6 o'clock sitting closer to 87, but when you add in the humidity, it feels like the lower 90s still, so likely sweating over the grill. Also, there will be some thunderstorms out there. I expect a few more storms to now develop in the next couple of hours. So 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, we'll have more thunderstorms out there. And so I'm going with that 50% coverage that's possible. But again, not a washout. That means half of our area likely staying dry at that time. So I'm saying you're good to grill, just keep an eye on the radar. And of course, later into the evening we go, the lower those rain chances. So I drop our rain coverage down to about 30% by 8 p.m. I still think we'll have some thunderstorms out there, but just not as much rain coverage. Glass Animals, they are at Daly's Place tonight. Fun concert. Temperatures dropping through the 80s and again feeling more like 90 degrees at 8 p.m. when it starts, and that 30% coverage of rain, and then that rain will continue to taper off through this evening. So over the next several hours, our temperatures will drop through the 80s down into the 70s. Overnight tonight, lows will land in the middle 70s. It will be a muggy start to the day. And then as we head into our Wednesday, we're going to do it all over again. So here's a look at our future radar. This is for this evening. And as mentioned, I think now that we're in the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to see more of these thunderstorms developing through 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So that's just what this model shows too. And again, notice how it's closer to 301-ish. So again, we'll say in between 95 and 75. I think that's where we'll see bigger thunderstorms develop this evening. And then as we head into the evening, that activity does diminish. 10 o'clock, a lot of us are calm by that point and quiet. Then we head overnight and we head into our Wednesday morning. It is a humid morning out there, but dry. We'll say dry through the morning hours, but then in the afternoon and the evening, same story that we have had for a while, showers and thunderstorms develop. But once again, similar to today, not as widespread coverage. For instance, over the weekend, a lot of us saw rain at some point. Wasn't a complete washout, but saw rain at some point during the day. Today, not everyone is going to see rain. Some of you will stay dry all day. And I think that is the case again on our Wednesday. You can see here on this future radar, yes, showers do develop. Yes, a few thunderstorms develop, but it's just not that widespread coverage. Isolated to widely scattered is what I would call it. And once again, as we get closer to 10 o'clock, really after sunset, a lot of that activity does diminish. So our rain coverage over the next 5 days, staying between 40 and 60% for that rain coverage. So no day is a washout. Again, this is more of that scattered activity, hit or miss showers and storms. I can't guarantee you're going to see rain each and every day or a thunderstorm, but the chances are there each and every day. We have so much moisture in our atmosphere. It's warm. It's an unstable atmosphere. Speaking of warmth, our highs. Normally this time of year, we're right at 90 degrees. However, we are warmer than that. We have been warmer than that. So these hot temperatures staying in the middle to or low to middle 90s. A lot of us in the middle 90s for the next couple of days. High temperatures closer to that 94, 95 degree mark through the rest of the work week. As for our feels like temperatures, when we add in the humidity, same story, feeling like the hundreds, 100 to 105. Some spots topping out with the heat index closer to 107 degrees. But generally speaking, I'm going to say we're going to be anywhere between 102 and 105 degrees for feels like temperatures. So that lands at extreme caution on our graph, which means, of course, a lot of you are from here, you know how to deal with the heat. It's just a reminder that if you're spending extended periods of time outside, if you work outside, please don't forget the extra hydration, the breaks in the shade, the AC if you can, because feeling like 105, that does take a toll on our bodies after a while. What about rainfall totals? Because as we noticed, we have rain chances each and every day, though no day is a washout. So this is from the Weather Prediction Center, and this is what they're saying our rainfall totals could be over the next 7 days. And as you can see there on the map, it's nothing too extensive. Right now, it does look like the most amount of rain still falling between I-95 and I-75, and perhaps around an inch of rain at most over the next 7 days. Now, of course, there will be localized higher amounts with where we have the thunderstorms pop up, because those are downpours. That dumps a lot of rain in a short amount of time, so that does give you more rain. But I thought we should also take a check on our drought monitor, because we a couple of months ago talked about the drought-like conditions across all of Florida and parts of Southeast Georgia. So where do we stack up now? Because we have had thunderstorms for several days in a row. And our drought monitor looking much better than it was. In fact, portions of Duval out of the drought now. Nassau County out of the drought completely. Yes, and then across Southeast Georgia, you're completely out of the drought. Those of you in yellow, that's abnormally dry. And then as you head further south into Putnam, far southern St. John's, and then into Flagler counties, that is a moderate drought, except for the orange. Unfortunately, that is still a severe drought. So you can see places like Palatka and points south, southern Putnam County, really need the rain because that is still a severe drought. Now, one way we don't want the rain, the tropics. So the good news is no tropical formation is expected in the next 7 days in the Atlantic. So good news for us here, calm out in the Atlantic basin. It has been I don't want to use the Q word, that's quiet. And there's a thing around here at First Coast News where they say, don't say that word, it's bad luck, and then things get active. So let's all say together that the Atlantic is calm. It really has been for this hurricane season so far. Of course, that could change. Of course, it only takes one storm. If it comes here, that would mean for us a very active season personally, locally. But for right now, nice and calm out there. Yes, there are a few little tropical waves moving off Africa. You can kind of see them moving off right now. You see those clusters of clouds on satellite, but that is normal for this time of year. That happens. These waves move off the coast of Africa, move across the Atlantic, and that is what the National Hurricane Center watches for any possible development. But right now, nothing concerning to them, as in it would develop within the next 7 days. Meanwhile, in the Pacific, totally different story. Very active season for them so far. They now have 5 named storms already crossed off because Eric formed. Eric is a tropical storm. It has winds of 50 miles an hour and is moving to the west-northwest at 9 miles an hour. It is expected to strengthen. It is expected to strengthen into a Cat 1 and then even a Cat 2 by Thursday morning with sustained winds of 110 miles an hour. And what's unfortunate with Eric is that it is heading for land on the west coast of Mexico. And so all of these storms that have developed so far have not been an issue to any sort of land. They've stayed out in the Pacific. They have moved west. They've stayed away from land. They've dissipated. But Eric is one that we're going to watch because unfortunately it is taking aim at land and as a hurricane right now, with the forecast being for it to be a Cat 2 with winds of 110 miles an hour. All right, let's bring it back home. Let's get a look at our 7-day forecast. It is staying hot. Highs near 94, 95 degrees through the rest of the work week. Thursday is Juneteenth. We have events going on. First and foremost, hot and humid for everyone, starting off dry, and then in the afternoon we could have some showers and thunderstorms develop, scattered storms. Be aware that with all of these storms that develop here in the summertime, we have enough instability in the atmosphere that they can become strong and pretty quickly. So please, if you are outside and you hear thunder, get to shelter quickly. That is the case over the next 7 days. If you are outside at any sort of event, make sure that you have shelter nearby, whether it's an event or just at the beach or boating or at the park. You want to be able to get inside quickly, because with these thunderstorms, they can strengthen. Winds of 40 miles an hour, we've been seeing that a lot in these storms, as well as frequent lightning and very heavy rain, but they could even become stronger than that. So your 7-day forecast, again, today, tomorrow, and Friday, Thursday and Friday, today, tomorrow, Juneteenth, and Friday, all sitting in the middle 90s, heat index values around 100 to 105 degrees, and afternoon and evening scattered showers and thunderstorms. Saturday and Sunday, even into Monday and Tuesday, we're going to hover in the low to push middle 90s, and we will still have some showers and storms out there. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Cut the cord, get the app, stream free. Download the First Coast News Plus app, your trusted source for news, your weather, all your sports, and so much more on your time. Yeah, your schedule. Get your most accurate forecast, your weather impact alerts, extended breaking news coverage, and exclusive specials at a time that is convenient to you and your family. Download First Coast News Plus and watch for free right now.
I knew I needed physical therapy to be able to get back to doing the things I want to do, specifically golf.
Throughout Brooks Rehabilitation, with the 50-plus locations we have, we see people with many injuries across the board. We're really looking to individualize a treatment plan and create goals together. That way they can get back to the sport or activity they love to do.
I would definitely recommend Brooks to anyone who needs physical therapy. It enabled me to get back on the golf course to do what I want to do.
Nothing breeds competition and camaraderie in a community like sports. It gets your adrenaline up. Sports has a unique way of bringing people together. Your First Coast sports team understands that. We go beyond the X's and O's and to the heart of the game, where wins don't always make winners and the L's don't necessarily make losers, and where the highlights sometimes mean more than the trophy. Is where the real stories are told.
Sports Finals sponsored by Farah and Farah, Sunday nights at 11:30 and streaming on First Coast News Plus.
Why do we come here? To reach for new heights, to dive to new depths. You can call it a team, even a community. That connection with others. We all deserve that. So why come here? This is why.
Swing into luxury, where golf and community come home. Located in St. John's, Florida, Stillwater is a premier 55-plus active adult community where golf is in your backyard. This bundled golf course community features a championship 18-hole course, top tracer practice facility, and resort-style amenities. Whether perfecting your swing or connecting with neighbors, Stillwater offers the perfect blend of relaxation and recreation. Live where every day feels like a getaway.
Maybe you're new to all this streaming, OTT, on-demand stuff. You need a trusted news and weather source, and we've got you with First Coast News Plus.
That's some pretty serious cold.
Get your most accurate forecast, your weather impact alerts,
heavy law enforcement presence,
extended breaking news coverage,
and that breaking news right now out of Camden County, Georgia,
and exclusive specials, all on your schedule. So download First Coast News Plus and start watching for free.
All right, so we have a severe thunderstorm warning over Duval County and Nassau County, passing into Nassau. So I'm talking with the National Weather Service right now, and they just said that this was an impressive updraft. And so it was starting right over the airport. Remember how at the beginning of our stream, we noticed that one cell that had a lot of lightning right near the airport? Well, that has continued to grow and strengthen, and now it is a severe thunderstorm because it has winds of 60 miles an hour. So that's the main threat with these winds of 60 miles an hour. That can knock down tree limbs, fences, maybe some shingles on some roofs that makes it damaging, which makes it severe. But also with this one too, look how dark it's getting there in the center. I'm afraid that there could be some small hail associated with this. And it says like Yes, it does say that they are also watching out for hail of nickel to quarter size. That can't be ruled out. So this is heading towards Yulee now in the next couple of minutes. So we'll continue to track this storm for you too. But again, a severe thunderstorm warning over Duval and Nassau County now. I'm really pushing into the Yulee area. So Yulee, heads up, it's on the way, a severe thunderstorm warning with very strong winds. And from there, it could also move into St. Mary's. If it holds together, it will move into the St. Mary's area. So this has been issued for 60-mile-per-hour winds, but it does also have the possibility of producing hail. Let's pull up. Again, as I mentioned, I'm talking to the National Weather Service, so I'm just kind of loading up what they're discussing right now. This severe thunderstorm warning, I'm trying to get the time for you. So this is moving north at 10 miles an hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and up to quarter-size hail possible. Hail damage to vehicles could be possible, also wind damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. This goes until 4:45 p.m. So again, until 4:45, we will watch out for this storm. Here is a little bit wider view of what we are tracking across our area too, because of course that's not the only thing we're watching. That's just the strongest one we are watching. And all of this rain mainly moving to the north and a bit to the northeast, like that severe thunderstorm warning that you see right there, moving up to the northeast as well. And then besides that, there's a little bit more activity now that's about to cross over I-10, kind of near Baldwin. You see all that lightning flashing right there? So there was lightning earlier in Lake City, but then if you travel east down I-10, you're going to see the lightning flashing right near Baldwin and as you head into Duval County. So again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning on the north side of Duval, heading into Nassau, but more rain starting to pop across our area, continuing along kind of near the I-10 corridor, and then it lifts north and it moves into southeast Georgia. So a little bit more rain kind of near Alachua County. We'll watch that, see if that at all holds together and kind of moves into the First Coast for those of you on the west side of the First Coast, places like Lake City. We will keep a close eye on it for you. And then, besides that, it's hot out there, you guys. So those of you who aren't seeing the rain, you are dealing with the heat and the humidity. And this will continue, of course, over the next several days as our rain chances are there, but not everyone sees rain. Rain is Mother Nature's air conditioning. So Jacksonville Airport, Lake City, temperatures in the 70s and the 80s. But those of you who haven't seen rain, you're staying at 95 degrees right now in Palatka, 92 in Waycross. And then you add in the humidity and our feels like temperatures closer to 100 degrees, 99 for Waycross, 105 for St. Simon's Island. But again, those of you who are seeing the rain and the storms, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning right now. That is for northern Duval and into Nassau County. And this goes until 4:45 p.m. This continuing to move to the north. I'm starting to look through some of our cameras. I'm gonna see if I can get you guys a good look outside as well at what's happening. So I'm looking right now for some cameras near the airport pointing north, and then I will show you that as soon as I find something. But I wish I had some Yulee cameras too. That would be great to take a look at conditions there. But right now, again, some heavy rain moving through, really crossing over I-95 now. So everyone traveling along I-95, they're about to get hit with a lot of lightning, a lot of very heavy rain. Let's see, this is not loading. There we go. Okay, thank you for hanging with me, everyone. I would like to show you, let's see if we can get this to load. Almost, hold on. Oh, sorry everyone for the picture not loading. I am trying to show you some live cameras right now. Thank you for taking that. Thank you, Andy. That's the dark clouds over the stadium. There we go. Phew. Okay, so we're looking at I-95 near Pecan Park Road. You can see the raindrops on the screen there, the dark clouds, the dark skies, and then we're going to continue north along I-95, and you'll see a lot of heavy rain coming down with this new camera that's about to load up. There you go. Woo, looks like it even froze there too because of all that heavy rain. Oh, and then look at this one. So this is towards the Yulee exit on I-95, and you see a dark cloud starting to roll in at the top of your screen. That looks ominous, doesn't it? Ooh, that's like the camera is having trouble focusing too because of the clash of the sunny skies and that really dark cloud moving over. So again, a severe thunderstorm warning for this area here on I-95 or in northern Nassau, northern Duval County heading into Nassau County. Here's another look at another camera. Just kind of showing you a look at what drivers are dealing with right now across, horrible driving conditions as that severe thunderstorm continues to make its way into Nassau County towards Yulee. So those of you in the Yulee area, you have a severe thunderstorm moving in your direction. There is a lot of lightning associated with this storm too. I'm going to get a count on the lightning for you all. All right, 63 lightning strikes in this one small cell. So a very small cell with heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the possibility of producing hail, and also, of course, the wind gusts, winds of 60 miles an hour. So that's why this was warned for those winds of 60 miles an hour, but also the possibility of producing nickel to quarter size hail. So this severe thunderstorm warning does go until 4:45. And it is moving to the north, it says, at 10 miles an hour, though they kind of drew this track more to the northeast, which I agree with. So I hear thunder here at the station now. So first, I'm going to put a track on this storm. All right, here we go. Let's kind of track it out for you as we get to the coast. So St. Mary's, if this holds together, St. Mary's 4:57 p.m. That's an estimate. You know, I think that's a little fast because it's only moving at 10 miles an hour. So give me 1 second. Okay. Gonna redraw this. Let's do this again at around 10 miles an hour. So St. Mary's 509 is what it's estimating for you now. Stafford at 6:18, Piney Bluff at 6:58 p.m. And then if it holds together, Jekyll Island, you could get this at 7:31 p.m. So again, a strong thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm moving your way. Now places like Fernandina Beach, you are clipped by that too. Also, this is back building. That is probably the thunder we hear downtown. So let me put this on a 15-minute radar loop. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's expanding back down towards downtown, really over the St. Johns River. So over the past 15 minutes, the lightning has now started to pop over more of the heart of Jacksonville. And then it extends up north near the airport and continues into Nassau County. So that severe thunderstorm moving towards Yulee, but also it's moving to the south because it's back building. And so the storm is becoming bigger and moving to the south. So again, severe thunderstorm warning for Duval into Nassau counties. I'm getting some alerts here. I'll just make sure I don't want to miss anything. So the back building storm, this has winds of 50 miles an hour to 60 miles an hour where you are in that severe thunderstorm warning. And again, the possibility of some small hail associated with this. So Jacksonville up to Yulee, we will watch out for this. Now, if the upper level winds are kind of moving to the north and the northeast, if it pushes this back building part right over Jacksonville where all that lightning is, that could eventually lift north and hit Fernandina Beach and Amelia Island. So heads up to all of you in Fernandina Beach and Amelia Island. You will also likely get some rain and maybe some thunderstorm activity out of this. But again, those of you in downtown Jacksonville, this really just started growing and popping. So that's facing to the east Do we have one that faces to the west? I bet I can find us one. Give me 1 second. Okay, so or I guess I'm not to the west, to the northeast. That's that look though over the stadium. That was a good one with all the cloud cover that's starting to form. Just trying to check out all of our cameras in Jacksonville. Lots of thunder we can hear here in downtown. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. So that's the Dames Point Bridge. You can see the rain there on the camera. Again, a lot of this now just starting to move back towards Jacksonville. Ooh, let me pull this one up for you all. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay, so this is a growing thunderstorm, growing, developing, strengthening thunderstorm. So heads up to all of you in the Jacksonville area and in Yulee as well. Again, we have a strong thunderstorm that is growing, developing. This thunderstorm warning was going to go until 4:45 p.m., but it looks like they just canceled it. Okay, so they have canceled the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to leave you with a look at radar so you can see more of this now developing over Jacksonville. While the severe thunderstorm warning is canceled, I'm going to jump off here on streaming. Don't forget though, because I have to get ready for the 5 o'clock newscast. So we will be on air on your TVs at 5 p.m. Through 6:30 and then again at 7. So I'll be tracking these storms for you there.